Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be answering a very important question, or maybe not important, but very frequently asked. Is an N54 vehicle reliable? Is it a good daily? Should you get one? And the answer is kind of, maybe. It's no black and white answer of yes and no, at least if you ask someone that isn't biased and has an informed opinion, I'd say. Because if someone just says yes, that's a flat out lie, but if they also just say no, that's not necessarily true either. So I think the best case of action is to just go ahead, let's get in the car, let's drive it, and then we'll talk about it and see if it's right for you and if you should get one. Alright, here we are on the road. It's a BMW right now. Not the most flattering angle I've ever had, but it'll work for the purpose of this video. So one of the main things that you're always going to hear when it comes to reliability of an N54 powered vehicle is, oh, they're pretty reliable, you just have to take care of them. Or they're pretty reliable, you just have to maintain them. Now that's kind of where that key factor comes in, is the word of maintain. And that really comes down to what, to define something's reliability or reliable, it comes down to your personal preference of, what is reliable to you. A lot of people, for the majority, I think of people who just buy a car to get from point A to point B. Reliability is not having to do anything aside from oil changes, brake pads, super common stuff that just wears out over time. And I want to say basic car maintenance. You have someone who doesn't care about cars, and you give them a Honda Civic to drive, and you say, hey, change your oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, change the brake pads when they get squeaky or feel low, and you can drive this thing forever. These cars are not like that. When you say, oh, you just gotta maintain these cars, or you just do basic maintenance, there's obviously the basic maintenance of these cars, of oil changes, brake pads, etc. But there's a lot of gaskets in these cars that just give out over time. And for the people who own these cars with a passion and buy them to build power, these are just little nicks of, oh, gotta replace the valve cover gasket, gotta replace the oil filter housing gasket, oil pan gasket's gone out, no big deal, whatever. But to a lot of people, these aren't things that should go out. So in terms of reliability like that, this car's not reliable. There's a lot of things you have to upkeep and take care of, because these are maintenance-based items. Because although I did my valve cover gasket almost 2 years ago, and it's still doing fine now, I'm sure that within the next couple years of keeping this car, I will probably have to do it again. Which is, that's okay. For me, that's fine, because for one, this isn't my daily driver anymore, and for two, this car can be considered reliable in the fact of there are not many cars where you can throw power at it like you can with these cars and not have serious issues. So what I mean by that is, you buy this car, you put your basic bolt-ons on, you have an MHD tune or boot mod or whatever you prefer, but you're going from a 300 horsepower car to give or take 400, 420, depending on the fuel mixes and all that. And you know what? The car will be fine. You won't really have any serious engine issues. You're not going to blow a hole through your block, or your transmission will hold up most times perfectly fine. At least the auto one, the manual one, with age will give out a little quicker. But that being said, you buy, let's say, a WRX, and you start getting into that 400 wheel horsepower, and the head gaskets are going to blow, and the engines aren't reliable anymore, as in the fact of, you don't know if you're going to get in the car and you say take a road trip. You're worried about that. So these cars can handle power. The N54s with their forged internals, people can 600-800 horsepower without changing the rods, bearings, etc. So in terms of, is this car dailyable? The features in these cars, 335, 135, the Z4s, it's end of the day, they're BMWs. So with them being BMWs, you have a lot of features that new cars don't or other brands don't. So for example, I have a 2007 BMW 335 sedan, so considered E90. My mirrors fold in, they tilt, they're heated mirrors. I mean, every window's automatic, which is great. Heated seats. So you have all these things that if you have a BMW, you think it's a custom, but then you get into like a brand new Camry, right? And they have cloth seats, so you don't expect it to pick up too much. Got a brand new car in 2021 the other day, and I can't remember the make, but I had roll-up windows, right? So in terms of daily ability, these cars are great, comfort-wise, and to daily. But it comes back to that basic maintenance, because here's what can happen. Let's say you've got that valve cover leak, and that valve cover leak seeps onto your serpentine belt. Then your serpentine belt at some point will slip off, and there's a chance that it gets sucked into your engine. And if you don't take care of that, you're going to clog your oil pickup, and you're eventually going to starve your engine of oil, which then will render your engine useless. So you have to know why you're getting this car. If you are a college student, right, you're a broke college student, this might not be the best car for you, because, you know, there are times where something will break, and the parts aren't bad, really. The parts aren't that expensive, but it's labor. You know, the gasket for the valve cover is $20, $30, $40, whatever. But you have to, it's quite a bit of work to get to the point where you can just take the valve cover off. And so, you know, most shops, indie shops, will charge anywhere between $800 to $1,200, you know, $800 to $1,200, which, you know, maybe if it's a once in a while thing, yeah, that sucks, but not too bad. But with these cars, it's, again, like, once gaskets start going out, they kind of go out. You know, maybe this isn't the car for you, but if you want, and I'm gonna say project car, but I'm not really gonna, if you want a car you can work on, throw big power at, and you don't want to worry about necessarily blowing your engine, get good parts on it, which, you know, there's only a handful of vendors to choose from, and most of them are pretty good anyhow. Get a reliable tune, get a tune from someone reliable, and they're, you know, you got David Shoup, you got Doc Vu, you can get Wedge Tuning Performance tunes. There's a guy named Justin something, I forget his name, but there's a lot of good tuners that you can get it, and it's all remote tuning. You don't necessarily have to go to a dyno tune. So end of the day, you got to know what you want this car for. When I bought this car 2 years ago, I knew that I wanted to put power into this. I knew I wanted to buy it to modify it to make it go faster than those cars on the road. And I knew the expectations that came with. But you'll see a lot of people who buy these cars because they look great, right? They don't really ever start to look old necessarily. They got the creature comforts that I was talking about earlier. And then they're going to start having those oil leak issues. Or, you know, their injectors start going out, all that stuff. And they're going to think it's an unreliable car. You know, you're not expecting that, and you weren't ready for it. You take it to the mechanic, and, you know, the car you just picked up for maybe $10,000 is now wanting $4,000 or $5,000 in repair. And to, you know, a lot of people, that's just really not worth it. So, like I said, really depends what you are wanting from this car. Would I say it's reliable to someone who wants to build power? Absolutely. To someone who just wants a car that looks nice, I wouldn't say that the N54 is reliable. You can get the N52 and get much less issues. Now, they're still going to have, you know, the valve cover and the oil pan potentially, but that's kind of stuff that, you know, comes with owning a BMW. But there's a reason for it. They're not your Hondas. No offense to Hondas. I personally did pick up a new daily because an oil leak started in this car, and I'm pretty sure it's from my turbos, and I like to do it myself. I like to do DIYs where I can. So with getting turbos replaced, and right now it's winter and I don't really want to do work in the winter, I picked up a daily in which I'm not going to mod the engine, and I'm just going to leave it be. And that's going to be my, you know, get to work, get home, road trip car, whatever. And this will be essentially my fun weekend car, which I think it's going to be great for that. They're great cars. So should you get one, you got to be realistic with yourself. You know, are you okay with maybe every once in a while your car's gonna be down for a weekend, or, you know, if you're doing it yourself, you know, maybe 2 weeks because you're waiting for parts to come in and all that. Otherwise, this car is great. I'm kind of rambling on this point. I guess while I'm here, I can do a little update for y'all. Haven't been posting a lot. I mean, I think it's been over a year since I posted, but I've been really focused at work, trying to get a promotion. I did end up getting that promotion, which is super cool. I'm very happy about it. So, which will give me a little more time and the ability to make videos like this. And I have a bunch of videos planned. I'm gonna make some videos on the new daily. I got some light stuff that I got for it, a lamp, a spoiler. Gonna do some wraps on it. Well, I'm gonna delete the chrome, which I'm gonna wrap. There's still gonna be plenty of mods that come. So this car is full bolt on now. It's got an upgraded low pressure fuel pump. No custom tune yet. And you know, at some point I do want to go a big single turbo in this car. That's where these things really, and you can still, don't get me wrong, just you can still get a lot of power from twin. But to me personally, I love that single turbo. So that's where I've been. I am gonna post a lot more. I got another video of how much have I spent on this car, because it is a lot, which can also give another better idea of should you buy one. So there's all those things to consider. You understand that there's going to be some small nuance issues. You're never going to have issues with the engine in itself, but all the little plastic bits around the engine, the weird gaskets used in the engine, that stuff you are going to have issues with. Now, you get those things sorted and it should be good for years after that, right? But truth be told, if you're thinking of buying this car just to leave it stock, I wouldn't bother. There's plenty of cars out there that have 300 horsepower or so stock that are a lot more reliable than this car. They can't handle power if you add on to it, but if you really are just planning to keep it stock, I wouldn't say this is the way to go. Even then, go for a 328 or a 330, and yeah, you're not getting 300 horsepower, you're getting closer to the 230 mark, 250, but you'll have a lot of the benefits with not so many cons. If you want to mod this thing out, they're great. They sound great. Let's get a little pull going. I mean, they're great. I love this car. Wouldn't trade it for the world. My parents tell me, you know, sell it, it's a money pit. It is a money pit, but I mean, it's an amazing car. It's an amazing engine. So I'm gonna stop the video from inside the car here. I'll give everyone a look-see of what the car looks like now, since the last time I posted it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stick around just to get a walk around of the car. If you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comments. Shoot me a message on IG. It's pnw.n54. I'll have it in the description as well. I'm a lot more active on there, and I just can respond to messages instantly. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped out. I know it's a little bit of a longer video and there's some rambling in it, but I you know, after being in this car for 2 years and being on the forums daily, I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I can share, and obviously there's gonna be more people that have much more knowledge than I do, but I'm pretty happy with what I know so far, per se. So I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Leave a like and subscribe for more content coming up soon. I have a buddy with a 350Z. We're always doing work too, and he wants to be part of it as well. So thank you again so much, everyone. Lost traction there in third gear. So these cars are great. But anyhow, thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whatever you got going on. And yeah, so stand by for the view of the outside of the car. All right, this is my car. I used to have purple wheels on an accent, so that's why I have the purple stripes there, but these are RGB, so I changed them for orange for Halloween color. Got the M-Pars on it. It's kind of dirty because it's winter right now and I haven't really washed it. You see my daily there. It's the rear end of it. Sits pretty hard. Yeah. So, like I said, more videos to come. Ignore that headlight, we're getting that fixed soon.
thank you again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.